And earlier today, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida kicked off the two-day trip to South Korea by paying his respects to Korea's war veterans at Seoul National Cemetery, making him the first Japanese leader to have visited the cemetery in 12 years. Our Shin Ha-young has the details.
It was a little before noon on Sunday when Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida arrived at Seoul Airport. He was greeted by South Korea's first Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jang Ho-jin. Immediately after landing, Kishida headed to the Seoul National Cemetery and paid his respects to those who died in the Korean War and the independence fighters who resisted Japan's brutal colonization. This marks the first time in 12 years that a Japanese leader has visited the cemetery. The last visit was by former Prime Minister Yoshihiko Noda in 2011. In response to a question from Arirang regarding the meaning of Kishida's visit to the Seoul National Cemetery, a Japanese government official said that it is natural for the leader of one country to visit a memorial site of the host country and show respect for its history. Regarding the visit, Japan's Kyodo News reported earlier that Kishida intends to show South Korea his willingness to resume so-called shuttle diplomacy. Kishida then met President Yoon in a welcoming ceremony at the Yongsan Presidential Office ahead of their bilateral summit. The summit was firstly held in a small group for about 40 minutes, followed by a discussion in an expanded format for around an hour, touching on various issues like security, high-tech industries, science and technology, as well as cooperation on youth and culture affairs. The results of the summit were announced through a joint press conference. On Monday, Kishida will hold meetings with members of the Korea-Japan Parliamentarians Union and leaders of South Korea's 6 business associations, including a chairman of the Korea Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Choi Tae-won, marking an end to his visit to Seoul. Shin Ha-young, Arirang News.